Critical views of the media cannot be termed anti-establishment. National security claims cannot be made on the basis of thin air. Independent press is crucial for responsible functioning of the society. National security is being used to deny citizens their rights. These were some of the observations made by the Supreme Court on April 5th in a landmark judgment. The court quashed an order by the central government which had put a telecast ban on Malayalam news channel Media One more than a year ago, citing national security concerns. Media One had challenged the ban in the Kerala High Court and asked why it was taken off air. The central government produced documents explaining why, but handed it over to the court in a sealed cover. Relying on these documents, which Media One or its lawyers never got to see or access, the High Court upheld the centre's ban. After the channel approached the Supreme Court, it was granted temporary relief and allowed to resume operations. In its final order on April 5th, the Supreme Court also revealed the two reasons why the government had denied security clearance to the channel. One, due to the alleged links of Media One shareholders with Jamaat-e-Islam Hind, and second, Media One's alleged anti-establishment stance on issues such as CAA, NRC, Armed Forces Act, UAPA, and encounter killings.
In the present case of Media One, that was directly on the question of whether a media house has the right and freedom to criticize the government or for that matter, other issues also affecting the freedom of the press. We had some kind of hate campaigns happening around us, and especially in social media handles, but jihadi channel and other kind of channel that has links to terrorist organizations, anti-national channel, all those brandings, no.
The court said that the government's file did not contain evidence on the alleged links between shareholders and the JEIH, and that the report was purely an inference drawn from information in the public domain, nothing secretive. Further, it said that the JEIH is not currently banned in India. On the IB calling the media anti-national due to its reportage on certain issues, the court said that an independent press is crucial for responsible functioning of society, and the use of the phrase anti-establishment implied that the press must support the establishment. To discuss these issues in detail, we have with us the editor of Media One, Pramod Raman. Hi Pramod, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
It's just been a couple of days since the judgment, so I wanted to know whether you'd had the chance to go through it yet and what has stood out for you the most.
In fact, I couldn't go through in detail because I was quite busy having many assignments to complete in the wake of this judgment. Still, I have gone through the highlights, maybe the important portions of the judgment, and I found that this one is a major milestone in the history of media freedom in the country. In the present case of Media One, that was directly on the question of whether a media house has the right and freedom to criticize the government or for that matter, other issues also affecting the freedom of the press. So this one is such a milestone that you can consider this as the Magna Carta of freedom of the press in the country. So so many issues were addressed, and so many talking points were addressed, and you have answers for all those things in the 133 or so pages of Supreme Court's judgment.
Correct. Can you tell us what the last 15 months have been like for you and the Media One team? Was it difficult to carry on work as usual, with a sense of perhaps uncertainty in the air?
No, uncertainty was there, of course, but that didn't affect any of our work in our newsroom, I would say, because all were sure, all were confident enough to believe that this is finally a struggle that is going to win for us, no, because this will finally will bring us some victory.
Right.
That will be so great. So this 15 months were we had some kind of hate campaigns happening around us, and especially in social media handles. But we haven't spent our much time on that, but worked instead,
Right.
went on with our work instead,
Okay.
rather than fighting those campaigns. So each and everyone in the
Yeah.
organization was very much sure that finally the justice will be done to us.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the judgment was on expected lines.
that's for sure. Yeah,
And the
that's right.
hate campaign you spoke about, would that usually happen before a hearing in the court, or was it like a sustained campaign over a period of many months?
Yeah, that was a sustained campaign, started right immediately after this ban was there. But no, we were very sure about the origin of such campaigns. No, we we didn't know who did this actually, because in Kerala as a society was supporting us. We had support from each and every corner of Kerala,
Hmm.
those in the power, like Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, openly supported our cause, and also the leader of opposition on the other side,
Hmm.
and many leaders, cultural leaders, social leaders, and all others. People were on the street protesting against the ban. Actually,
Okay.
there. So we had a very strong support from the society, the social arena of Kerala. But
Yeah.
only those people who are supporting the action of the government, the central government were campaigning against us. And those campaigns were very vicious also. No, it had its own kind of nature that they just wanted to. I mean, they just want to put some words on us, I mean, jihadi channel and other kind of sangati, I mean, channel that has links to terrorist organizations, anti-national channel, all those brandings, no?
Yeah.
So, but we didn't didn't put much care on that,
Yeah.
and we continued our work. We continued our work, and we even worked during the ban, no, through social media as well as the digital
Okay.
format.
Yeah.
We sustained we sustained our work there, and we had a great opportunity to report the war in Ukraine during our YouTube period. Also, we worked together, and we helped many Malayali students held up in Ukraine to come right to India and to their hometown. Yeah, we helped many of them
Okay.
through our YouTube broadcast also.
Okay. So the judgment has also revealed the two reasons why the security clearance had been denied by the government, citing national security. Two of them. One was due to alleged links of Media One shareholders with Jamaat-e Islam Hind, and the second is Media One's alleged anti-establishment stance on issues such as CAA, NRC, UAPA, Armed Force Act, and the encounter killings. Now, these reasons had been provided to the Kerala High Court and then the Supreme Court in a sealed cover, which means that even Media One and its team of lawyers were not informed about them. Uh, the Supreme Court has shut down these reasons now, but Pramod, I wanted to know if you guys were even remotely aware that these were the two reasons, or whether you have also just found out about them like us through the court's order.
Of course, we also came to know about these reasons only now only when we read the judgment. We were not even informed about any kind of this information, and both these reasons. If those were the reasons they have given in a sealed cover to the courts. Uh, Came to be invalid. Though all these reasons came to be invalid in the court of law. Because the first one is that the shareholders of Media One were having terrorist links and other kind of links to some organizations. That was a perfectly a false campaign that was doing around, and these agencies, these investigative agencies, so-called agencies, have depended upon false information to give such a report to the Home Ministry, I think, because the so-called organizations means primarily it is JIH,
Hmm.
means Jamaat-e
Correct.
Islami Hind. Uh, and this organization is not a banned
Yeah.
organization. It has no terrorist links established. So people can have relationship with people, can be sympathizers of those this particular organization if they want. No ban for that. So that is one thing. And on the other side, the Supreme Court has said that it has not been proven that these shareholders of the of Media One were the sympathizers of this
Right.
organization also. So that point was very that at that point the Supreme Court was very clear that this is not a valid allegation at all. And on the second point, we were reporting all the important events in the national scene, especially with a stand that must be disturbing the central government. But we were keeping a position that this CAA issue, NRC, and the misuse of UAP,
Hmm.
all this were to be criticized by us. No, we cannot report all these things with simply giving the facts. We have a position that we oppose these kind of actions. So we will continue to do that, and doing that was not kind of a anti-establishment
Right.
thing. The Supreme Court told very clearly.
Right.
So on both the counts, we won in a clear manner, a very forceful manner. We won. So nobody can. I mean, in bring this thing again
Yeah.
uh, to charge false campaigns against us.
Right. Do you think it is important for journalism to be anti-establishment?
Of course, no doubt about that. No doubt, because even the Supreme Court says
Yeah.
this. No, otherwise, the journalism will look like that something supporting the government. Your society will become homogeneous. No, homogeneous with right from the those in the power, and the people will be having same opinion and same kind of
Yeah.
views. No, that will be a great danger to the democracy. The
Right.
Supreme Court says, no, you you get a good lesson from a lesson of democracy from the Supreme Court in this verdict.
Definitely.
In that way, and the journalism students in the country should learn this. They should take this as a textbook for their studies, I would suggest.
Yes, the quote by saying that independent press is crucial for responsible functioning of society and critical views can't
Yeah,
be termed as anti-establishment has really made a point without directly saying so that journalism cannot be just mouthpiece stories by the government, which I see
that's right.
that is important. But the IB did mention particular issues that you all reported on, such as CAA, UAPA. Do you think that your reportage of these issues was more critical than most, or do you think that a lot of media houses did report the same way that you did, but they picked up on yours for some reason?
No, it was like we reported it like any other media reported it. But the point is that we had a position. Um, uh, we had. I mean, made it public that our position is this. Our editorial policy is that we cannot take this for granted. No, we opposed it, we questioned it, and in many of our shows we discuss this with such a stand.
Okay.
So that is permissible in this country, in a country which has ensured I mean this. freedom of idea as a constitutional right. No, you can have such opinion. No, what is the problem? So maybe ours is one organization that has taken this stand openly, and that should be one of the reasons um, uh, uh, they have taken this kind of a step.
Right. The case has also opened up some much needed introspection about sealed covers. I want to know
Yeah.
in what way this affect y'all, if you can elaborate on it.
Yeah, finally, this case, this problem of seal covers were there in the judicial side for long.
Yeah.
Even the Supreme Court was mentioning, was having some verbal mentioning in many cases. Even the former Chief Justice of Supreme Court, Justice N.V. Ramana,
Yeah.
commented on that. The present Chief Justice also commented on that, and many a time they have rejected these sale covers also. So this context is there. So
Yeah.
even otherwise, no, even earlier, Chief Justice of India has made it clear that in the present case, in Media One case, they will be putting forth some suggestions for this. No, so they have done this in the judgment.
Correct.
No, not just merely rejecting the idea of seal covers, they have come up with some alternative ideas, suggestions to make it more acceptable for both the government and the public. So that will do good. No, that is going to be a day ahead. Maybe that will shed some good light on the issue, and if everyone follows this, that will help us a lot more in delivering good justice. I mean, the justice in the right way.
Right. Did you expect this judgment and, the past few months, this to become national news and for all media houses, I think, to pick it up and report on it, front pages, a lot of channels were also discussing it. Was this an expected reaction?
Yeah, because right from the ban onwards, all the media houses in the country were carrying the story, and they even contacted me many times, and took my reaction for the story. So that was happening all through. I told you immediately after the ban in Kerala, there were protests all
Right.
around. Protests by organizations, civil organizations, and all. So that became a major story, and the legacy media as well as the channels can't get away from that by themselves. So that was wonderful, I would say.
Yeah. And also, Pramod, I wanted to ask you about the state of Kerala media right now. There were the Asianet raids a couple of months ago also, which opened a lot of debate. So, is the media in Kerala also polarized to an extent? Have you noticed such a trend?
Uh, this is a difficult question to answer, actually. But I would say some kind of a polarization is happening there post Shabarimala verdict.
Okay.
You know that was a turning point. I always express this idea before my friends and all. When we were discussing these things, I think the Shabarimala verdict has made a mark in the thought of media organizations. How in the way how would they carry the sentiments of the majority community,
Hmm.
because the in GRP terms, in the rating terms, the channel owned by BJP has gained a lot of points at that time. So immediately after that, people in the authority side of all the channels had a rethinking on. At that time, the channels were opposing the protests by Sangh Parivar and others in Kerala,
Hmm.
upholding the Supreme Court verdict. But later, they had some kind of revisiting, I think, on what they did.
Okay.
So they have taken a stand. Um, Maybe not a hard stand, maybe a soft stand that is allowing this majority community sentiments also should be in a way addressed. So later on that came to that kind of a soft approach helped the organizations like the Sangh Parivar organizations in a big way,
Okay.
because whatever they have done, whatever they are doing is being reported, and they are getting hype, and all the kind of functions of the majority community are being reported with hype and all, not just like reporting an event, but that is getting much importance in the coverage. Like Atugal Pogala, I don't know whether you know that function or that is a ritual
Okay.
being happening in Trivandrum only. Uh, and on that day, many of the channels give big coverage for that. No problem in that, but with a kind of, with some colors, with some color. They reporting, not just reporting, but they are doing
Cheerleading
some,
also.
yeah. So that is happening in Kerala
Okay.
continuously. Earlier media in Kerala was some kind of a some they had some kind of a leftist lenience.
Hmm.
They were almost kind of a liberal left kind of thing. But right now, this is getting moved, shifted to the other side, maybe the right side, the right wing side. So this is happening for sure, and I fear whether this will be a big problem in the future. No? So we think that Media One has a space where we oppose any such kind of dominance by these ideas. So we will have our own space to fight for,
Yeah.
and we will do that in future also.
And Pramod, lastly, just wanted to know what was the most challenging part of the last 15 months that you faced as an editor of the channel?
What should I say? Personally, there were many challenges before me, but I kept my team together. No, that was the most challenging part of it. I kept them together, and I told them that this is going to be a big fight um, for the freedom of the press, and also for the democracy in the country,
Yeah.
not just for freedom of press, but because it involves many questions about democracy and personal freedom, and anything about many concerns about the coinage of national security, etc., etc. So I kept them together, and I led them with all through this period, but. And they supported me also in turn. They were very supporting, and as a team we were having enough political power and political um, willpower to fight this.
Yeah.
So many of them were not very sure about the final outcome, but I told them, finally we are going to win this, because that should be the way. That should be the natural way it is going to take. No, I told them.
Correct.
So that was this was a period of challenges, but we as a team we faced it together. No.
And looking forward, in what direction is Media One going to go? I mean, is there going to be, is there thought of expanding to different bureaus across the country, or what is the game plan?
Yeah, of course. For the next 5 years, we are going to implement some changes in the organizational side, and as well as we are going to make our pledges. For more investigative stories. That should be one of the paths to be taken. So we will be here. We will be here for fighting for the freedom of the press, of course, and we'll be here to make Kerala's. I mean, we will be here for. Uh, doing doing whatever the audience of Media One were
Yeah.
looking for. No,
Yeah.
we'll do that. No doubt, we'll be here.
Thank you so much, Pramod, for your time. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for
You're
speaking to
welcome.
us.
You're welcome.